So before I say anything else, I must say this. Thank you. Thank you to the next generation of New Yorkers who refuse to accept that the promise of a better future was a relic of the past. You showed that when politics speaks to you without condescension, we can usher in a new era of leadership.
With more than 50% of the vote, Zohran Mamdani has been elected as the 111th mayor of New York City, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican contender Curtis Sliwa. At just 34 years old, Mamdani becomes both the youngest person to lead the city in more than a century and the first Muslim to hold the office, an historic moment in New York's political landscape. The victory caps a remarkable rise for the Queen's assemblyman, who just months ago was a relatively obscure state legislator. Mamdani first shocked the political establishment in June when he won the Democratic primary against Cuomo, the once dominant three-term governor. His campaign drew national attention for its grassroots energy and unapologetically progressive message. Mayor Eric Adams, who sought re-election as an independent, withdrew from the race in September after lagging in the polls and corruption charges. At Mamdani's victory celebration, New York Attorney General Letitia James told the New York Times that his win represented a sleeping giant, the many voters who had long felt disconnected from politics but turned out for a young, energetic candidate. Tonight, we are witnessing an enthusiasm I haven't seen since Barack Obama, James said. It's not only about hope and inspiration, it's about expanding the base of people who care about this city and one another. The Council on American Islamic Relations, the nation's largest Muslim civil rights organization, called Mamdani's election a milestone for representation and inclusion. His campaign, which combined digital savvy with an old-school organizing model, resonated with voters across Democratic lines. Shortly after networks projected him the winner, Mamdani posted a short video on X showing subway doors sliding open as an announcer declared, "The next and last stop is City Hall."
And last stop is City Hall.
The atmosphere at Cuomo's campaign headquarters was far more somber. Supporters who had expected a comeback for the former governor watched the results turn steadily worse as the evening went on. MAGA Republican leaders quickly seized on Mamdani's win as evidence that Democrats were drifting too far left. House Speaker Mike Johnson released a statement accusing New York voters of endorsing a true extremist and Marxist and warning that the election would have consequences for this entire nation. Still, the night's results across the country defied simple ideological labels. While Mamdani's victory signaled the strength of progressive politics in urban centers, moderate Democrats such as Mickey Sherrill in New Jersey and Abigail Spanberger in Virginia also triumphed by focusing on economic issues and cost of living relief. In a statement from the Democratic National Committee chair, Ken Martin praised Mamdani's campaign for being laser-focused on what matters most to working families, lowering costs, expanding childcare, and helping people make ends meet. Martin added that Mamdani's success showed the strength of a big tent Democratic Party committed to lifting up all working people.
The sun may have set over our city this evening, but as Eugene Debs once said, I can see the dawn of a better day for humanity. For as long as we can remember, the working people of New York have been told by the wealthy and the well-connected that power does not belong in their hands. Fingers bruised from lifting boxes on the warehouse floor, palms calloused from delivery bike handlebars, knuckles scarred with kitchen burns. These are not hands that have been allowed to hold power. And yet, over the last 12 months, you have dared to reach for something greater. Tonight, against all odds, we have grasped it. The future is in our hands. My friends, we have toppled a political dynasty. I wish Andrew Cuomo only the best in private life. But let tonight be the final time I utter his name. As we turn the page on a politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few. New York, tonight you have delivered a mandate for change. A mandate for a new kind of politics. A mandate for a city we can afford. And a mandate for a government that delivers exactly that. On January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City. And that is because of you. So before I say anything else, I must say this. Thank you. Thank you to the next generation of New Yorkers who refuse to accept that the promise of a better future was a relic of the past. You showed that when politics speaks to you without condescension, we can usher in a new era of leadership. We will fight for you because we are you. Or as we say on Steinway, ana minkum wa ilaykum.
Meanwhile, disgraced President Donald Trump weighed in on the results through his Truth Social account, appearing frustrated by the Democrats' string of victories in states from Virginia to New Jersey and Pennsylvania to Georgia, and now his hometown of New York City. Trump wasn't on the ballot and shut down were the two reasons that Republicans lost elections tonight, according to pollsters, he wrote, echoing reports that economic concerns and the ongoing government shutdown had hurt GOP candidates, not least the fragrant authoritarianism and snatching of individuals off the streets. He also promoted his recent 60 Minutes appearance, boasting that it had been the highest-rated episode in years. Also been the most edited episode in years. For Mamdani, the path to City Hall was shaped by his focus on affordability and social equity. Born in Uganda and raised in New York, he identifies as a democratic socialist and has long advocated for rent freezes, free public transit, and expanded childcare access. Ordinary things, normal policies, seen in countries around the world. His campaign built a multiracial coalition that drew support from young voters, working families, and communities of colour across the 5 boroughs. Mamdani's rise represents a generational shift in New York politics, a movement rooted in grassroots organising and frustration with the city's widening economic divide. His election not only signals the growing power of progressive movements in America's largest city, but also reflects a broader rethinking of what leadership looks like in an era defined by inequality, diversity, and civic engagement. Almost a decade ago, Sadiq Khan made history in 2016 by becoming the first Muslim mayor of London. As the first Muslim mayor of New York, Mamdani's inauguration will mark a new chapter for the city, one that promises to test both his political ideals and his ability to govern a metropolis of more than 8 million people. Whether his platform of social justice and affordability can translate into effective governance remains to be seen, but for now, his victory stands as a powerful statement about the changing face of New York and its electorate. I'm Anthony Davis. You can find me on the 5 Minute News YouTube channel and podcast, on Wednesdays co-hosting Uncovered, and on Sunday on The Weekend Show with MeidasTouch.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.